Have you ever heard the legend of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine? It's a tale whispered around campfires, a story that has lured countless dreamers and adventurers into the unforgiving heart of the Superstition Mountains in Arizona. They say a vast fortune of Spanish gold lies hidden somewhere in its jagged peaks and sun-scorched canyons. A treasure so immense it could make a king of any man who finds it. But this isn't just a story about riches. It's a story about a curse. The legend begins in the 1840s with a man named Don Miguel Peralta. He and his family supposedly discovered a fabulously rich gold mine deep within the mountains. For years, they hauled out immense quantities of gold, shipping it back to Mexico, but their luck was about to run out. On their final expedition, they were ambushed by Apache warriors who, according to the tales, were the sacred guardians of the mountain. The Peraltas were slaughtered to the last man, their bodies left to the desert vultures. The mine was lost, and the gold they had mined was scattered, buried, and cursed. Years later, a German immigrant named Jacob Waltz, the Dutchman, appeared in Phoenix, paying for his drinks with nuggets of the purest gold anyone had ever seen. He claimed to have rediscovered the Peralta mine. He'd spend weeks at a time in the mountains, always returning with his saddlebags heavy with ore. He was secretive, paranoid, and would only say that the mine was protected by the spirits of those who died for it. He warned that the mountain demands respect, and it punishes greed. On his deathbed in 1891, Waltz supposedly revealed the location of the mine to a neighbor, Julia Thomas. He drew a crude map, giving cryptic clues. The mine was hidden where the setting sun's shadow fell on a particular rock formation, near a sharp peak that looked like a military hat. Julia, along with a few others, tried to find it based on his clues. But the treacherous terrain and the vague directions proved impossible to follow. The map, if it ever existed, was lost, and the secret of the Dutchman's gold died with him. But the story didn't end there. It was just the beginning. Over the next century, thousands of people have searched for the lost mine. They call themselves Dutch hunters. They've dedicated their lives, spent their fortunes, and risked everything for a dream of gold. But the Superstition Mountains are not a welcoming place. Temperatures soar, water is scarce, and the labyrinthine canyons can disorient even the most experienced outdoorsman. It's a place where a simple wrong turn can be a fatal mistake, and this is where the legend takes a darker turn. Many who have searched for the gold have never returned. Some have been found weeks or months later, their deaths ruled as accidents or exposure. Others have vanished without a trace, their cars found abandoned at the trailhead, their supplies left untouched in their camps. Official records list dozens of deaths and disappearances connected to the hunt for the lost Dutchman's mine. But locals and some old-timers will tell you it's not just the desert that claims these unfortunate souls. They talk about the curse, about the spirits of the Peraltas and the Apache guardians who still watch over the gold. They speak of strange lights seen flickering in the mountains at night, of eerie whispers carried on the wind, and the unsettling feeling of being watched when you're completely alone. One of the most chilling parts of the legend is the warning passed down through generations of treasure hunters. He who doesn't look back. The tale goes that when you're deep in the canyons, on the trail of the gold, you might hear a sound behind you, a rock falling, a branch snapping, or even your name being called. The urge to turn around will be overwhelming, but you must not. The legend insists that if you look back, you will see a spectre, a ghostly guardian of the mine. Some say it's the spirit of a slain Peralta, others say it's an Apache warrior. To see it is to seal your fate. You'll either be struck down where you stand, or, more terrifyingly, you'll become hopelessly lost. Wandering the canyons until the desert claims you, your spirit forever bound to the mountain to join the other guardians. Is it just a ghost story, a campfire tale to spook amateur adventurers, or is it a psychological trick the mind plays on you in a high-stress, desolate environment? Imagine being out there, alone, with the sun beating down. You're dehydrated, exhausted, your senses heightened. Every shadow seems to move. Every gust of wind sounds like a whisper. The paranoia sets in. The story of he who doesn't look back becomes a powerful mental trap. The fear of what might be behind you becomes a tangible presence. One of the most famous cases is that of Adolf Ruth, a retired government worker who went searching for the mine in 1931. He was found 6 months later, his skull separated from his body with 2 bullet-sized holes in it. In his pocket was a note with the words, "Wayne, Vidi, Vixi, I came, I saw, I lived." But more chillingly, his checkbook contained a map and a note claiming he had found the Peralta mine. Was he killed by a modern-day claim jumper, or did he fall victim to the mountain's curse? His death was ruled undetermined, adding another layer of mystery to the legend. Then there's the story of James Acravey, who vanished in the mountains in 1947. His headless skeleton was found a year later, tied up in a blanket. The authorities were baffled. These aren't isolated incidents. The list of mysterious deaths and disappearances goes on and on, fueling the belief that a malevolent force protects the Dutchman's gold. Even today, people are drawn to the Superstition Mountains, armed with metal detectors, old maps, and a hopeful heart. They ignore the warnings, convinced that they will be the one to succeed where so many have failed. They climb the treacherous trails, scan the canyon walls, and sleep under a blanket of stars, dreaming of gold. But as night falls and the desert grows silent, they might just find themselves thinking about the old prospector's warning. When that strange sound echoes through the canyon behind them, will they have the courage not to look back? So, what do you think? Is there a cursed treasure of Spanish gold buried in the Arizona desert? Or is the Lost Dutchman's mine nothing more than a powerful myth, a story that preys on our deepest desires for wealth and adventure, and our deepest fears of the unknown? The mountain keeps its secrets well, and perhaps some treasures are better left lost. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by mysteries like this, make sure to follow for more.